Greetings, this is Charles Darwin. Wow, what have we here? Hey Bub, that's my chair. What are you doing here? Well, since you're here, you know, there's always some questions I wanted to ask of a pink flamingo. And so now I'll get a chance to do that. Okay, the first thing I always wanted to ask is, why are you pink? Okay, well, some of them are pinker than others, but okay, I'll ask you, why is that? Oh, okay, I understand now. It's that in your natural habitats, you strain out lots of microscopic algae, and these microscopic algae are full of carotenoids, and it's from these carotenoid chemicals that colorful pigments such as the pink pigment in your feathers are made. Okay, that makes sense. However, there is a problem with that, a couple of problems as I see it. First is, it doesn't look like you're really very good at straining microbes out of the water. What was that? Oh, so you don't stand up. Instead, what you do is you turn over this way to strain out the microbes. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, that sounds a little bit too much like the Alice in Wonderland scene with the flamingo and the game of croquet, but we'll let that pass. Okay, that's fine. There is a problem though remaining, and that is what we call a proximate explanation. That is not an ultimate explanation. In other words, it explains the physiological processes by which you end up being pink, but it does not explain the evolutionary reasons for it. And modern evolutionary scientists would be able to think of at least two reasons why a big flock of flamingos in shallow water would be pink, would benefit from being pink. And the first is that they might dazzle predators. When a predator decides it's going to eat a flamingo, what it sees is thousands of flamingos, and it just doesn't know where to turn. It's all confused. Of course, it will eventually catch one, but the others will be able to fly away in time. It's sort of like they are a warning system for each other. Now, there is another possible explanation. This has to do not with natural selection, but with sexual selection. And what could have happened is that any female flamingo that would see a very pink male flamingo would know that that male is well nourished. There's no other way to get the pink color other than have good nutrition. And so that would serve as an indicator that this would be a good mate. Now, there is some problem with that explanation also, and that is that female flamingos are pink also. That's not necessarily a problem that will destroy the theory, but it at least is a question that we would have to ask. Okay, now I've always wanted to understand something. Now I'm going to tell you a story I bet even you haven't heard of. Okay, and that is that about 100 years ago, there was a man named, okay, let me look it up here. I didn't wear my glasses. G.H. Thayer. And he studied camouflage, and he was an expert in camouflage. He just took it a little bit too far sometimes. He said that the pink color of flamingos was camouflage against the pink color of the tropical sunset. I'll just let that sink in just a moment. Think about that. Okay, there's so many reasons that that could not possibly be true. And one is that, what about the rest of the day when the sky is not pink? When the sunset is not pink? What about looking at the other direction where the sky is not pink, if you're looking from the west toward the east rather than from the east toward the west? So there's all kinds of reasons why this cannot be camouflage. But Thayer was very devoted to his theory and did not let go of it. So there are all kinds of explanations that people come up with that are often easily shown to not be true, and many evolutionary explanations that are shown to be true. Well, thank you for meeting with me today, Mr. Flamingo, and this is Charles Darwin. Tally-ho, and amen. Okay, let's hit one of those hedgehogs. Ready?